everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video and just showing you my everyday natural makeup that I do every day. Like if I was to go hang out with my friends, or if I was just to go to the shops or go to work or something like that, this is exactly what I do every day. I know I have filmed one of these a long time ago, so it is a lot different to what it was. I guess same kind of style, just done differently in different products. So I thought I would just show you what I do every day now. So I'm not someone that actually likes using primers because I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like my skin takes foundation better without a primer. Otherwise I just haven't found a primer that I really and truly like. There is a little one that I have got from MAC when I did a purchase, which is the Prep and Prime, which I don't actually mind this one, but again I don't feel like I need it. I just feel like the primer just sits on my skin weirdly sometimes. I don't know, I might have just not found one that's good for my skin, but we'll see. Also, I know the door is not usually open, but the dogs keep running in and out, so that is why it is open. Okay, so the foundation that I use every day is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Foundation. I either use this one or I use the Revlon, which one is it? The Revlon Color Stay. So I pretty much do a mix between these two depending with my tan and stuff. If I'm pale, then I more likely go towards the Revlon, and if I'm tanned, I'll go to use the L'Oreal just because that's what I have in those colours. So I'm going to pin my hair up first because this will just be easier. And it is so hot here, so I am sweating, but I can't use a fan. I'm not going to use a fan because I don't want to be annoying. So this has been sitting upside down and it needs to go to the bottom. Of course, so unprepared. So normally I would just take 2 squirts of it and that would be fine, but just then it was an issue because it wasn't sitting the right way. And I just like to place it all over my skin, which I know some people probably think this is a bit weird because I don't actually use a sponge or anything. I prefer to use a flat top foundation brush because I feel like it just works better on my skin. I don't know, maybe one day I will go into the, what is it called? The beauty blenders. So when I do makeup on other people I actually use sponges, but on myself I prefer the brush. Mine is very dirty, so ignore that please. But it is a flat top foundation brush and it just works in nicely to my skin. Like I kind of feel like it gives me a really nice finish and it kind of makes the foundation just, I don't know, it doesn't look too cakey. It kind of just blends it in nicely to your skin. That's what I do for. So I kind of, as you can see, I work on each part separately. I always start on my cheek and then I go to my chin and then I go to my other cheek. And it kind of just works like that. I just work in the areas just to get it blended. And also this brush kind of goes perfectly over pierced noses, the stud in the nose, so it doesn't leave you like makeupless around it. It kind of just puts it perfectly around it, and then later on I'll show you how I clean it because you don't want a foundation looking stud, that's for sure. So I don't actually tend to use a lot of concealer when I am doing my everyday makeup just because I don't really want my everyday makeup to be really cakey and heavy, and I feel like concealer makes my under eyes just a little bit more cakey than what foundation does. But I still do like to do it, especially because at the moment I do have quite big bags, so that is what we're going to do, and I've got a few pimples that will cover too. So all I do is I use the Revlon Photo Ready, and this one is in colour light to medium, so 003, and this is my tanning one. And I just blend it with my finger. I know that everyone will say that this finger is the best. I just have issues using it to blend stuff. I don't know why, but this one still blends it really evenly, and I don't feel like it's too hard on my eye. Because everyone says use this finger because it is softer, which I do agree, but I just have issues. It's like I can't control it. As weird as that sounds, I can't control my finger. I don't know. I don't know if other people are the same, but this one just works better for me. It kind of still just brightens up my under eye as well, which is nice because you don't want to be one colour and you don't want to look like you're tired. So as you can see, it's not like a super thick one. It still kind of shows my under eyes a little bit, which I actually don't have a problem with because I feel like it's just my face, and I'd rather a little bit of imperfection over like full perfection when I go out clubbing or anything like that. So during the daytime, that's fine. Not a problem. I can still look a little bit human. There's no issues with that. Okay, so the powder that I use all the time, and I've pretty much used it in every single makeup video that I film, is this Rimmel London Stay Matte powder, and it is seriously the best powder ever. My face doesn't go anywhere. My skin still looks perfect by the end of the day. So I definitely recommend this. I recommend it to everybody because it is seriously so good. It is 001 transparent. It doesn't have that, like, how can I say it? It doesn't have that transparent look to it. So sometimes it does come across a little bit yellowy because transparent is usually white. And this isn't white, so it does have a bit of that yellow sheen. But I feel like it works perfectly good for most faces, and in a way if you do a darker face than it is, it kind of evens it out a little bit. So I start with my eyes because my eyes are the biggest part where I don't want to be creased, and since I worked on them last, it's kind of like they're fresh. So I really just like to get in there and powder my eyes because I really don't want creasy eyes. I still want to look young. I don't want to look old. Okay, so the next thing I go into is contouring my face, and as you'll be able to see, I use this one every day that I've been using for a very long time. It is my Ben Nye in Powder Rouge Contour number 1, and I just feel like this is such a good contour because it doesn't have like an orange to it. It's quite browny and grey in a way, so it's actually shading your face instead of making you look sun-kissed, which is sometimes what you want instead of being sun-kissed, if that makes sense. Like for my contour, I would definitely prefer it to be a shadow colour than for it to be like an orangey tanny colour to make me look sun-kissed. So this is perfect. So I just like to take my dense Real and Nickel Silk Pro brush in complexion C185, and this is just such a good one just to be able to get straight under your cheekbone. So I've been using this for a very long time as well, and it just works really well. It kind of just hits the spot like perfectly. Then I'm also getting my Royal Nickel brush in crease, and it is just a crease brush, but I actually prefer to use it as a contour brush for my nose because I feel like it just does the job well. So, and I don't usually, I'm not someone who likes to mix my brushes, especially my everyday brushes, because I don't want different colours on them, because then I'll put it up to my nose and I'll be like, oh damn it, I've got a colour on my nose. So I definitely do try to keep this as just as my contour brush. Or if I'm going to do eyeshadow, at least just do browns or neutrals with it. So I just like to take it down the side of my nose, and as you can see, I'm kind of just sticking to the top, and then I'll bring it down just a little bit because you don't want to be putting all the makeup down the side of your whole nose. You kind of just want to sculpt where your nose is at the top, if that makes sense. You kind of want to do a line, but not a line. You want to do a very soft line that like gradually goes down your nose. because you still want to look like you have a nose. And then I just like to do a little bit underneath and kind of do it in a V, because I like that look of my nose looking like a bubble. Not like a bubble bubble, but a little bubble. Like I feel like it kind of just softens up my face. Even though I've got a younger looking face, it still just softens up my face. Kind of like a button nose is what you're going for. So the next thing I am grabbing, because I am doing, this is my makeup routine when I'm tanned, and to be honest 90% of the time I am tanned, so this is what I would normally do. So when I am tanned I do go in with this, which is my MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish, and it is just a bronzer. So as you can see the difference, this one's orange. I'll show you if I can open it. So you can see the difference of a bronzer and a contour. So this one's a lot more brown and grey, and this one's more orange and sun-kissed looking. And tanned, maybe. So I kind of just dab my brush on it because I don't want to get too much product, and then I just rub it on my cheek. So kind of where I put the contour, and just blend it all together, because you don't want it too harsh. And you just want that sun-kissed look. You kind of want to look like you're alive. Like you don't want to do makeup and just have one coloured face. Okay, so that is all I do with it. I pretty much just put it on my cheeks. I do a little bit around my forehead and I do a little bit under my chin. So it really varies between blushes that I use, but this is probably one of my most used ones, and it is Blush Baby by MAC. So we'll just use this one because honestly I go between my blushes, but this is really, I go for a simple blush. And I kind of want it to be different than the orange skin finish, because I want to look blushed. I don't want to look orange. And then for my everyday highlighter, I use my Stila Kitten highlighter, and I'm like iffy about this one. So for an everyday highlighter it works really well, but for a highlighter in general it doesn't give off that much payout. Like, I mean it does there, but I just feel like it just doesn't, like when you put it on your skin it just doesn't give off as much highlight as you would assume when you rub your finger in it. So like I can rub it with my finger and put it on my face and I'll still get the same effect from a brush. I don't know, it's not my favourite, but it definitely works for a daytime one because I don't want to be that shimmery person in the office and having everyone blinded by my cheeks. I just want a little bit of a glow, so again that I look alive. Can you see? It's just kind of like a very simple glow. Shining. And then I always like to do the tip of my nose and down the bridge, and then also on the top of my lip. So next for my eyebrows, I do what I always do. Even when I do my clubbing makeup, my eyebrows are always the same. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got really like thick hairs. I don't actually pluck my eyebrows very often, so this is just the shape I've been given, and it's very thin with very thick eyebrows, hairs. They're not thick eyebrows, but they're thick hairs. So it's hard to change the look of my eyebrows, if you know what I mean. Because if the hairs weren't so thick, then it wouldn't be so hard. That's okay. We live with what we've got. And to be honest, I'm glad I do have eyebrows. Although, if you have no eyebrows, you can draw on bomb-off eyebrows and look really good. So that would be good. Oh, sorry. I'm taking my NYX eyebrow powder in taupe/ash, and I just feel like this eyebrow colour works so well for my eyebrows. I try to get my eyebrows as even as possible, but look, my eyebrows are literally like long lost sisters that don't know their sisters. So they're very rarely the same, which is okay because my eyebrows just aren't perfect. And that's okay. My boyfriend's eyebrows are perfect and it's really not fair because he doesn't even touch them. And he's got like these perfectly manicured eyebrows. But it's okay. I will just accept and take what I've got. It really never gets much better than that. Let's be honest. So now that my face is all done, I like to put on my Carmex lip gloss smacker thing because I just want to make my lips good before I put my lip liner and my lipstick on it. And I feel like this is the only one that doesn't actually dry out my lips if I don't use it. But I feel like it just gives me that oomph that I need. Because sometimes you just want to oomph. I want to oomph on my lips. I want oomphy lips. But I've got little lips. But I would like oomphy lips. Okay, and now I'm getting my Stila Eyes of the Window Soul palette. Again, if you've watched all my makeup tutorials, I really use this one all the time because it's one of my favourites. However, they have changed their packaging because my best friends bought me this for Christmas because I told them that I was really running out of colours in my other one, and this is what the old one used to look like. So it's so different. This one's so dirty, ignore that please. But how different is the packaging? Like, it's just, even the writing and everything on the back is different. I don't know if you can tell because this one's just bad, but I've had it for years. But it's just so different. This one still has some colours, as you can see, but all my favourite colours are gone. So, what do you do when your favourite colours are gone? You get a new palette, and now it looks nice and fresh. Just quickly, because I forgot, but with my piercing, I kind of just push it out. Oh, this looks gross, I'm not picking my nose, I promise. But I kind of just push it out and then I wipe it with one of my fingers and it kind of just makes it shine again and it gets rid of all the foundation on it. And then this way it won't pull out your piercing because you're pushing on it. And now it's nice and shiny. See? Okay, so the colour that I mainly just take is this one, which is called Bean. And I'm getting my Real and Nickel brush. And I think it says fluff brush, but I don't know. I use this one all the time too. And all I'm doing is putting it in the outer corner of my eyes. Because I just want to exaggerate my eyes. Not exaggerate, enhance. My brain is something else. I am in a totally different world. I wish I had my own language because then maybe I'd actually understand me. I understand me, but not everyone else understands me. Maybe I should be in a different world. And have people like me. And then we can be confused and understand each other at the same time. That'd be really good. So now that I have done that, all I'm doing is getting my fluffy brush. I just spat everywhere. Okay, all I'm doing is getting my fluffy brush and I'm dabbing it in that one and I'm also dabbing it in that one, and I'm just blending what I have done on my eye and kind of just bringing it into my eye as well. But I want to leave the inner corner and the middle of my eye my skin colour because I feel like it just opens up my eyes just that bit much more. Ta-da! I'll show you a trick as well that if you struggle with that and it goes everywhere, we'll just do this one first and then I'll show you. Also, if my bed's looking messy, it's because the dogs like to fluff up my pillows. So that's okay too. We just live the real life here. And I think my dog's underneath my feet. Cookie, do you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come on. Oh. So for anyone that doesn't know, this is my baby Cookie. Look how cute she is. How cute are you? Look how cute you are. Oh, you licked my nose. Thanks for the kiss. Thanks for the kiss. Ah, you licked my mouth. I love you, but I don't need your tongue in my mouth. I'm not going to stick mine in yours, so don't stick yours in mine. Got it? Okay? She's like, okay. I'm still going to do it. Okay, so anyways, back to the makeup. My trick is I get the same brush that I use, but I use the other side instead of the fluffier side. So the more straight up and dense side. And I just get this top colour here, which is just called Light. And I kind of just dab it on just a little bit. So it looks like that. And then if I have gone over this bit, it kind of just, in a way, gives you like a cut crease. You don't want to do too much because you don't want to mess up the brown, but it just gives you that bit of a cut crease. And it helps if you've gone too far with the brown. So I'll do this occasionally. I just sucked in all the eyeshadow. But I go back in with that brown shadow there, and I just take a little tiny, like, it's kind of like a little fluffy. Oh my god, my words. I told you I need to go on my own planet with my own people. But it's kind of like a fluffy brush, which is very dense at the same time, so it's very good. I like it for my under eyes because I'm that person who kind of likes my under eyes to be quite exaggerated because I feel like it takes away from me looking tired. So as you can see, so I don't know if you can tell, but you kind of have like this ball here underneath your eye because it's where it's holding your eye. And I like to put the shadow there because I feel like it just makes my eyes pop because it's kind of where the like bulbousy bit is, if that makes sense. So I know makeup, but I don't know words for things. So we just have to just go along with the words I say. I don't know how my friends understand me, but they've gotten used to how I talk, so that's fine. As long as my friends and my family know what I'm saying, then we're good. The next thing, so now I'm getting a little dense brush, which is another Royal Langnickel one, and it is a mini flat shader. And now I like to get this colour here, which is called Kitten, and it is kind of just like a eyeshadow highlighter. So I like to put it in the inner corner of my eye just to brighten it up a bit. It kind of just gives you that bit of opening in your eye. Oh my god. All I can hear is Cookie licking. Cookie! Cook! Stop licking your feet. I can hear it. And if I can hear it, then the camera can probably hear it. It's gross. Shh. And then also, very lightly, I take the same colour Kitten and I just put a tiny bit on my brow bone, just because when you've got the highlight at the highest point of your face, so here and here, it kind of just blends in well together. They kind of just makes it all work instead of looking like you've just got highlighted here, if that makes sense. So I just do it very lightly. So because I'm not actually going out, I'm not going to use the same mascara that I would normally use because I don't need to wear waterproof mascara and just take it off again before I go to bed because it's like 6 o'clock at night. So this is the one that I always use, like every day. This is the one that I continuously buy over and over when I have run out. It is the Maybelline Lash Sensational in waterproof, and this works amazing. But we are not using it today because when I end up wanting to take this makeup off, I don't want to have to struggle taking my eyelashes off, if that makes sense. It's not a big struggle, but it's always easier to take non-waterproof mascara off, so I'd much rather that. So that is why we are using my Colourpop Volumizing Mascara, because I honestly don't use this very often and I really like it. I just don't use it often enough because, hold on, there's a chunky bit there. I just don't use it often enough because I need to wear that waterproof mascara. My eyes water. So that's what we do. And I always put mascara on my bottom lashes as well. This is such a nice mascara too. And I'll just wait for that to dry before I go to my top lashes. Okay, so that is all I do for my eyes. I don't actually like wearing eyelashes every single day just because of the fact that my eyes water, and I still like to have that little bit of natural look so that if someone was to see me go out, they'd be like, okay, you don't look too different, even though I look a whole bunch different. But that's okay, we're ignoring that. We're just in our little dream world. But I would love to be one of those girls that could wear eyelashes every day, but I just can't. My eyes just don't let me. So we just wear mascara. Okay, so now I'm just going to wipe off the lip product that I put on before, because now my lips are all nice and soft and schmacked and not schmacked, schmicked, schmocked. I don't know. We'll deal with that later. So now I'm going to use my favourite pencil lip liner, and this is by the Kyralee Cosmetics one, and it is in colour Candy K, and I really clearly need to buy a new one because it is getting tiny. So we're going to put that around my lips. So I lip line my lips, and I also like to fill them in because it makes the lipstick last longer, so that is what I do. Okay, so I also go between 3 different lipsticks. I go between, not that one, that's red, but I go between Modesty Cream Sheen, Spirit Satin, and Velvet Teddy. My most worn one is probably the Spirit Satin, so that's what I will do today because it's just a really nice colour. It's just a brown, like a brown nude, and it just looks really nice with this lip colour. So plus my mum always compliments this lip colour when I wear it, so if my mum says it looks nice, it must look nice. Okay, so this is my everyday look that I wear every day. Well, not when I'm sick, but I wear this pretty much most days. This is my makeup look when I go to work. This is my makeup look when I go to see my friends. This is what I do just to do makeup. Like, this is just what I wear. This is what I look like 90% of the time. And the other 10% of the time I look sick because I'm not wearing makeup. So I understand that this can be a lot of makeup for people for an everyday makeup, which is completely fine. I understand that, but this is just what I do. So no judgment with anything anyone does. If it is too much for people, then you don't need to follow it. It could be your nighttime routine. I don't know. And I also understand that it's less than what other people do for their everyday makeup too. So it just varies on what you prefer, and this just works for me, and I've been doing it for a while now. So this is just what I do, and I thought I would share it with you all. So I really hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!